You're not uncreative. You're undisciplined. And somewhere inside you, you already know that. Every artist you admire, every writer, filmmaker, thinker who seem to pull ideas from thin air, they weren't gifted with more creativity than you. They were just ruthless about one thing you keep ignoring: silence. But silence is the one thing you can't seem to tolerate. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain. Every time you pick up your phone, every scroll, every notification, every meaningless video, your brain releases a small hit of dopamine. It feels like nothing. It lasts seconds. But it trains your nervous system to expect constant stimulation. And the moment the stimulation stops, your brain panics. The average person now interrupts themselves over 150 times a day. That's not distraction, that's rewiring. You are literally retraining your mind to be incapable of depth. So when you finally sit down to create something, when you open the blank page, face the camera, stare at the project you've been about to start for months, your mind feels hollow. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you flooded every quiet moment before you could hear it. This is the dopamine trap, and most people never escape it. Because it doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like rest, like entertainment, like you're just taking a break. But you're not resting, you're avoiding the discomfort of sitting alone with your thoughts, avoiding the fear that maybe, if it gets quiet enough, you'll realize you don't like what you find. So you scroll, you consume, you escape, over and over, until the years start to blur. And creativity doesn't die in one dramatic moment. It fades, quietly, every time you choose noise over depth, every time you reach for your phone instead of sitting in the tension, every time you mistake stimulation for living. This is modern mediocrity, not failure, not collapse, just a life where nothing of real weight ever gets made. You stay busy, but empty, connected, but distracted, alive, but replaceable. And if this doesn't change, 2026 will not be kind to you. Because the people who will matter in the next decade aren't the most talented. They're the ones who can still think, who can sit in silence long enough to hear something original, who have protected their attention like it's the only resource that actually matters. Because it is. So here's the antidote, not a motivation speech. Not a productivity hack. Rules. Rule 1, protect your first hour. No phone, no content, no stimulation of any kind. For 60 minutes after you wake up, your mind belongs to you. Quote, you will feel restless, uncomfortable, like something is missing. Good. That's withdrawal. Stay there. Because on the other side of that discomfort is something you've almost forgotten how to access: your own mind. Rule 2. Train focus like a skill, because that's what it is. 30 minutes. One task. Complete immersion. No switching. No checking. No escape. If you break, you start over. Not because the time matters, but because the habit does. Right now, your attention is fragmented, and fragmented attention produces fragmented ideas. Rule 3. Starve the algorithm. Cut the short videos. Cut the endless scrolling. Cut the compulsive checking. These are not small bad habits. They are slow cognitive suicide. And you don't negotiate with something that's quietly destroying you. You cut it. Here is the shift that will separate you from almost everyone around you. You don't need more ideas. You need less noise. Creativity was never something you build. It's something you uncover when you finally get quiet enough When distraction stops filling every available moment, when you stop running. But almost nobody will do this, because it requires something that can't be hacked or shortcut: mental fortitude. The willingness to sit in discomfort, to face yourself without entertainment, to exist fully in the silence. Most people would rather stay distracted than face what's underneath. But now you know what's happening. You can see the trap. And once you see it, you can't pretend you don't. You're not uncreative. You're just not willing to get quiet enough to find out what you actually are. Yet, if this hits something real, drop a comment. One word is enough. The like tells the algorithm this kind of content deserves to exist. And if you want more, the subscribe button is there. This is the antidote.